In this video, we're going to demonstrate how to install the expansion chamber kit on your Tippmann A5 marker. We're first going to go over some of the parts that come in the kit. You have your expansion chamber. You'll also have the O-ring for the expansion chamber, which usually isn't on the expansion chamber, so you'll probably more than likely have to put that O-ring on the expansion chamber. Then we have our gas line, our 90-degree elbow, which is already has a little Teflon on there. Some of the elbows won't come with that, and we actually provide a little extra Loctite just in case you don't have that Teflon already on the elbow. And then you have your red Loctite to seal your gas lines. Now we're first going to go ahead and prep our gun for the install. We'll go ahead and remove our push pin for our tombstone adapter, and then with your other finger, just go ahead and pull that tombstone latch back and then just pull down on the gas line. And then that gas line should come right out with the tombstone adapter. And then from there, we're going to just go ahead with a crescent wrench, just go ahead and remove our 90-degree elbow in the gas line. And some of these are going to be really tight. And as you can see, that one came off fairly easily. We'll just go ahead and take that gas line off, and then from there you're going to want to remove your tombstone and go ahead and I just reinsert the tombstone. Make sure your latch pops back in place. Then you can go ahead and reinsert your push pin. And then from there, what we're going to do is I'll kind of set that off to the side and get our expansion chamber prepped here. I usually just like to go through and just kind of connect all these fittings together and then just put them on the tank adapter. So you have your red Loctite. A lot of people think that the red Loctite is really permanent. That's not really the case. The red Loctite, it just creates a really good seal. It's not permanent by any means. I mean, you'll still be able to remove your gas line, and just put a little bit on the inside of the expansion chamber, and then I also like to put a little bit onto the gas line itself, and then go ahead and thread that into the expansion chamber. Now, a lot of people try to get this gas line to thread straight in. You're never going to be able to get that gas line to thread straight in like this. You're just going to strip out those threads. The pitch of the gas line threads is actually kind of more at an angle, and that's how you're going to want to insert your gas line, just kind of at an angle, and just kind of feel for that first thread, and then once you get it, you should be able to thread it in no problem. And from there, I just usually get it hand tight. And then you can just take a crescent wrench or 7/16, just a standard gas line wrench, and just get it snug. It doesn't have to be really, really tight. That Loctite is going to do most of the work as far as sealing up those threads. And then from there, just do the same thing. You're just going to apply a little red Loctite to the threads on your gas line, and then just a little bit to the threads on the 90. And then just hand thread them. And once you get that hand threaded, I usually just get that to where the 90s, actually the threads are sticking straight up. So then when you have it attached to your marker, it's going to look like that. And then you already have the threads that are on the elbow. I'm going to go ahead and get that threaded in. I usually just get it where it almost wants to stop, and then with your wrench you can just go ahead and get that cranked all the way back around, and then you just want to make sure that you get your elbow and your gas line kind of somewhat lined up, and then from there you should be able to hand thread your expansion chamber into the tombstone adapter. You're just going to thread that in by hand until you come to a stop. And we're almost there. And then just make sure you get it nice and tight by hand. And that completes the install of the expansion chamber kit on the Tippmann A5 marker.